Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Happy Tuesday night. We are here with the boys from NVSN. How you guys doing tonight?
What's up, fellas?
What's up? Doing good.
Absolutely awesome. So you guys have actually been a pretty requested band for us to interview since like season 1, and we're almost through the end of season 2.
I mean, we have a lot of bands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
crazy. But they're one of the most requested. Like, absolutely one of the most requested, which is, I mean, we've probably had, over the course of a year, I've probably had about 30 emails.
Oh my goodness.
People requesting us to bring these guys on. So
okay. I didn't know that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's been, I think we were only about 5 shows in on this podcast when it first started, when we already got our first email of somebody wanting us to interview them. And that's how I even found out about them, was through another band who told me about them, showed me their stuff, and then fucking I got hooked and was like, all right, let's bring these guys on the show.
Nice. Heck yeah. Well, we're glad to be here.
So I'm going to kick it off real quick. Like, I'm going to go into, we love to ask fucking hard-ass questions, but each one of you, you're all in the hot seat, so y'all all got to fucking answer. So if you could tour with any 3 bands of your choice, dead or alive, who would you tour with?
Iceland Kills, Moshmeloh and White, Bullet for Valentine.
He already got that shit. That's the fastest answer on that. Nobody's ever answered that one that fast.
That's the dream team, baby. What you talking about?
Okay.
Randy would have us opening up for Chapel Rowan.
Yep.
Billie Eilish would be good too.
Dang, 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 of them.
It'd have to be Slipknot because they got me into metal when I was real young. Damn. Body Snatcher.
Ooh, those guys are cool.
They put on a good show. I'd like to be a part of that.
There's so many to freaking choose
from. They do put on a
so.
good show. I actually had a chance to interview them a couple of years ago at a festival called Metal in the Mountains, and those are some cool ass dudes.
Oh, and Chapel Rowan, right? That's the third one.
Yeah, I'll end it with Chapel Rowan.
Yeah. Every single day I wake up and this dude is sharing something about Chapel Rowan on Facebook, like nonstop.
Okay.
The kind of fanboy.
Proud.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing
What-
wrong with it at all. We're all
What's the
fans.
name of your new dog?
Roan. Where's she at?
I hear that. I hear that. All right, Mosh, you're up on deck, brother.
All right. So, if y'all could take any one of y'all's music videos or songs, whatever, and put it into a video game, what video game would it be?
Which video would it be, or which?
Which
It
video
can be,
game?
It can be which video.
What
it
song?
can be
He
a
said
song.
what song and what video?
Yep.
I think FYE would be
Yeah.
a good song to put in Call of Duty, like the breakdown during like a
Ooh,
match or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, FYE. I thought you said what music video would you turn into a video game, and I was thinking FYE would be crazy because it's got like a serial killer. I don't know if you guys have watched that one, but it's got like a serial killer in it, and I get like torn up by chainsaws and stuff, and
All
There's a lot of
right.
cutting up in the video.
That's actually really interesting. I mean, that's gonna end up probably changing my question around a little bit now.
yeah, I was like, yo, that's a dope question, and I just completely misheard it.
That's all right. We can turn it into that. That works just fine.
Our early music videos were like all of them had like a story, a message, and they were very much so about like telling a story. So that question would be perfect for all of our early videos because all of them would be honestly could be like a movie or a video game or something like that.
And you guys got a lot of music videos.
Yeah, we need
Quite a
some
few.
more.
So that actually kind of leads me into a question that I've totally forgotten. I haven't asked it in a while because a lot of the bands that we've had have only had like maybe one or two music videos. But are you guys, obviously you guys are big fans of music videos. Do you believe they actually help? Because there's a lot of bands out there that don't think they do worth a damn.
Definitely. I mean, look at Following University music videos and how much they blew up.
True.
So I do electrical work during the daytime. I don't know if I got any other tradesmen in here, but there we go. Yeah. So music videos are kind of like a stubby screwdriver. Like you never really need it, but when you need it, like it's really good to have.
Yep, that's for damn sure.
Okay. I like that. Never heard that analogy before. That's a good analogy.
I understand that like wholeheartedly.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the way I've looked at it is nowadays with digital, obviously the days of MTV and all that's gone. And back then, you know, music videos were extremely coveted because MTV could get you out there. But I still think the music video is coveted because, yeah, there is no more MTV. There's none of that shit. But there's YouTube. That's like the fucking new MTV.
Mhm.
Now, is it harder for people to find your video? Oh, yeah, because the competition's so fucking goddamn sky high now because of the internet. There's 50 bajillion fucking bands. It's a level playing field all the way across, whether you're a big band or a little band. The only thing that makes the big bands different is they got the fucking money to pay for the fucking views. But it's still a very, very important tool because you never know at any minute who could come across your fucking music video.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
never know.
I still get comments on our videos that came out, like new comments, new fans on videos that came out like 5 years ago.
Right. I mean, you just never fucking know. Like, there's so many bands that we've had on this show that I go and I watch their music videos and I'm like blown away. I'm like, God damn, this band is fucking fantastic or phenomenal. Why have I never heard of this band? And I go and their Facebook page has like 22 followers. I'm like, how? How the fuck is this even a thing?
Oh.
And I'm like, that's why we ended up creating a show, because like our show on Fridays, we actually play music videos and we look for the most like scarce fucking bands that you could fucking think of for us to help put them out there. So
Yeah.
all right, cool. CB, you up on deck, brother.
All right. So after your guys' shows and when you guys go on tour, when you guys have a show, you guys have anything special that you do with each other? Do you have like a ritual? You guys go out to eat, or do you do something special afterwards that you guys do?
No, we never
Alex
go
is
out.
already laughing.
Oh, I was about to say, like, this is gonna end up being a good story.
No, it's quite the opposite. We are like the most boring band on tour. Like,
Ah,
We get back on the bus and we're just trying to decompress and recharge batteries and all
Okay.
that fun jazz.
yeah, or we're overnight driving to the next place. One thing when we're on tour that we do a lot. Once we're on tour, we always record our set, which is probably another boring thing. But like after the show is over and we're driving to the next, because usually when we're on tour, we're having to drive till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's on a good night.
Okay.
I've driven till 7, 8 a.m. more than once. It's not fun, but
no.
That's rough.
I've
I'd
done
say
it.
I'd say the only ritual would be that we like when we're on the road, we watch our performance on the way to the next one, and we like criticize ourselves and critique and say, hey, what could we do here? What could we do there? We're always constantly trying to make our live show better. And I think
Okay.
that's part of the reason why we have such a spectacular show.
All right.
I mean,
I
y'all
like
sound
it.
like a well-oiled machine when y'all do that.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of plays into a question of mine as well, because I mean, like as he says, the ritual. I mean, of course, my fat ass, I'm gonna go into food. So, like, do y'all like to eat anything specific after your show? Like any type of specific restaurant, any type of snack that you have on the in the car, anything like that.
As far as like post show rituals, like usually it's my fault because everybody's like, let's go to Waffle House, and I'm like, no, damn it, I want to go to a gas station and go to sleep.
I
But
was gonna say
They get
in
kind
a
of
dream
crazy.
world, Waffle House.
yeah, we have gone to Waffle House a few times.
I'm a big Waffle House advocate, so
Yeah, and then when I'm overnight driving, I usually get like the Flamin' Hot Munchies. It's like a trail mix of stuff.
Yeah.
I get
Oh,
that
yeah.
and a large coffee, and that's what I take whenever I'm driving overnight.
Gotta
Coffee.
have Cheetos or Takis on deck though too.
Rockstar energy drink, gotta have one.
Yeah,
See, the
before the show.
only energy drink I could do the Monster coffees, and that's the only thing I can do. I don't know why. That's the only ones I can withstand.
What
All the
flavor?
other ones just like they just seem, I don't know, they just don't taste right to me. I couldn't get on the energy drink kick like everybody else did.
Yeah. My
What
new
flavor
favorite one
Monster
is
coffee
the
is it?
Viking berry.
I'm still waiting to try that. I'm still waiting to try it.
So, what is that for each three of you? What is that one moment in your life that you decided that you want to be a musician? Was it a band? Whatever that scenario was, what was that scenario that you were like, "Holy, this is what I want to fucking do"?
For me, it was like in freshman year or so, like watching all the like scene core bands on YouTube, like just seeing them do like DIY tours and stuff. I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to just be on the road with my boys making music.
Okay.
I was in like middle school, I think, or maybe 6th grade, something like that, and I was watching. I love watching live videos of bands and watching band interviews, and I was watching like Blackfoot Brides live and My Chemical Romance live, and just seeing the energy of all of that. I was like, "Yo, I want to do that. I want to get in that world. That sounds awesome."
So, when I was growing up, they used to have. You remember when like Christian core was a thing, and there was like Christian metal bands everywhere.
Yes.
Like, everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, there's entire podcasts about that whole thing and how bands were like, we might not necessarily be Christians, but this church will pay us $1,500 to play on a Wednesday night in the middle of nowhere, so we're going.
Damn.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that happened that was, anyways. So there was this church that had this big metal festival, which in today's world sounds crazy because all the churches are into hip hop nowadays. But and there was a lot of bands there, and I went there. It was one of my first shows. Like I think it was like my second ever concert, other than watching my dad play when I was growing up. And I just remember I was in the pit, and one of the guys in one of the bands said some like inspirational shit. I couldn't tell you exactly what he said. I just remember how it made me feel, and just like being in that moment, surrounded by people I don't know, who like in this moment were like my brothers. I wanted to be able to make people feel the way that I felt.
Okay, fair enough.
You wanted to give everybody goosebumps and have their hair stand on end and everything.
Yeah. I wanted to create an experience, and that's kind of what made me want to be a part of music.
Hell yeah.
That makes me feel old as shit because y'all talk about seeing Black Veil Brides of Slipknot for the first time, and fucking the band that got me into it was Motorhead. If that tell you how old I am. I remember being a kid and watching MTV and seeing a lot of the bands that I love now that I grew up on was watching them either on Headbangers Ball or Beavis and Butthead. And that was the very first metal band I ever seen or heard was Motorhead, and it was the music video for Ace of Spades. And I just got sucked in, and then it just got heavier and heavier. And I think another influential album for me, which I don't know if y'all have seen this movie, but it was a movie done by Dee Snider from Twisted Sister called Strangeland, the horror film that he did. And that soundtrack had the band Coal Chamber. And I discovered Coal Chamber through that shit. And I went down the goddamn rabbit hole of heavier and heavier and heavier, as heavy as I could fucking find.
Dude, I was like 7 years old, and my dad gave me his old iPod, and my uncle would download music and put it on there for me. And he put on Drowning Pool, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, and I heard that, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And then he followed that by putting Down with the Sickness on there, and then I was really like, what the fuck? Because at the time I was just listening to like pop and stuff like that, and Selena Gomez and all the other lovely Disney songs, and I heard that, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And that followed by System of a Down, and then I found Slipknot, and it just kept getting more and more awesome.
See, I was a big horror fanatic growing up.
Same.
So a lot of the horror.
I mean, I'm wearing a Freddy hat, bro.
Yeah, a lot of the horror films, had a lot of, metal bands. That's where I started discovering them. Like the Freddy versus Jason soundtrack had one of the best looking soundtracks that you could possibly think of back in the heyday of Roadrunner Records, when Roadrunner had everybody, fucking Slipknot and Rob Zombie and Trivium and anybody, Shadows Fall, Killswitch Engage, the Murder Dolls. I mean, they had their roster was like unbelievable back then. So it just kind of kickstarted a whole entire fucking brand new generation of metalheads off of Roadrunner, and I feel like that damn soundtrack. So that goes into my next question, which I'll go nerd for a minute. Each one of you, what is your favorite horror film?
Fuck.
Yeah. Woo. He's just
I'm gonna say Freddy versus Jason just because the soundtrack for one, and I just watched the fuck out of that movie when I was younger, just on repeat. I think it was the first horror film I ever bought with my own money when I was a kid.
Okay, fair enough.
Has to be The Shining or the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, because I didn't know the original one yet, and I think I was like 9 or 10, and I bought the remake of it. Just was like, this looks cool, what is this? And then I kept rewatching that over and over and over again every night until my mom finally bought me the whole Elm Street set and was like, this is Freddy. So it's got to be The Shining or the remake of Elm Street.
Okay.
You're the only person I've ever heard that likes that movie.
The Shining or the remake of Elm Street?
Woo, buddy, if you went to any like really super hardcore Freddy fans, they'd be like castrating you right now.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
The OG Freddy
I'm
is great.
trying
Nothing
not to
beats
go
the
there.
OG Freddy, but like that remake was solid. Yeah, he may not have been as funny, but like he snuck in puns here and there, and it focused more on the scarier part of it. That was a solid remake. That was a good movie.
Man, I'm sorry. It could not beat the originals. I'm sorry.
Oh, nothing could beat the OG. That's what I'm saying. Like OG's where it's at, but that was a good remake.
At least we agree on that.
Oh, dude, yeah. Once my mom handed me the box set and was like, "No, you got to watch this. This is Freddy Krueger." I fell in love with it, and that's where it's at.
The first horror film I ever watched, y'all probably don't even know what the fuck it is. It was probably made before half of y'all were even fucking born. But it was a movie called Puppet Master.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it.
Okay, CB, you've seen it. Puppet Master was one of the very first horror movies I ever seen. It was by an indie film company called Full Moon Productions, which little offhand thing, the guy that owned it, his son was in the band called The Calling. And they were a little fucking one-hit wonder from back in like the mid-90s, I believe, or early 2000s. Might have been early 2000s. But anyways. All right, Alex, who what you got?
I'm not much of a horror fan,
Okay.
to be honest, but I will say in that genre, it's not a movie, but the TV show Hannibal that was on Netflix.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
That's probably what would be my choice if that's allowable.
I didn't think I was gonna like that, and my mother was like, "Watch it, just fucking watch it, just give it a chance." I didn't think I was gonna like it either because everybody knows Hannibal is, Anthony Hopkins, and he was amazing and all that. But just fucking watch it. And I watched it, and it did take about 3 episodes. Like the first 2 episodes, I was a little effy on. Then that 3rd episode fucking hooked me, and then I was like, "All right, this shit's legit. This shit's badass."
It was like a mind fuck the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I love shit like that.
I mean, a good mind fuck show is American Horror Story. That shit fucked me up a whole lot too.
I never got into it. I tried watching like a season or 2, and I was just like, it's not.
You gotta find a certain season though. Everybody has See, I like Freak Show.
That was my least favorite. I couldn't do Freak Show.
Twisty's Camper and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I work at a haunted house, and all the real props from American Horror Story are there as part of the haunt.
Oh, shit.
So I've got to go in that camper and shit. It's pretty cool.
That's badass. That's badass. All right. Mosh, you up.
Alrighty then. Well, shit.
Winnie the Pooh was decent.
Yeah, have y'all seen that?
That was.
I actually have not seen that yet. I'm not.
It's on. It was on Tubi. So if you ever want to, if you want to watch it, go check it out. Because the second one I think comes out here very soon. I know they're done.
Terrifier, though.
Oh, I love Terrifier.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
He got me into Terrifier. Oh my god!
I went to the theater.
Rooted for the freaking serial killer.
It's kind of funny. So I live in South Carolina, and there's in Charleston, which I live about an hour from Charleston. Charleston actually has a old school movie theater. Old school. It's got the carpet, the same carpet that you see in The Shining. They have that carpet all throughout the whole movie theater.
Love that.
So I went to that theater to go see Terrifier 3. And I think when we first started the movie, within the very first scene, there was like 10 people left and 3 people vomiting in the fucking trash can.
Me and my buddy were laughing our asses off when we saw it.
So was I.
It's weird, but it's funny and
hysterical,
and it's gory and it's great.
I love B-rated horror films. Love them. I grew up on indie horror. I love it. I think it's fucking fantastic. Like one of my probably my most favorite movies, a movie called Dead Alive, which actually was done. He's now a famous director, but he did it back in his college days. But it was done by Peter Jackson. Same Peter Jackson did Lord of the Rings and Kong, but he did some very, very grotesque horror films in his early days, one being Dead Alive, which is my favorite, and then another little series he did 2 of them called Bad Taste 1 and 2, and they are fucking disgusting. It is worth watching. All right, CB, you up.
All right, so if you guys had to spend $1 million in one day and you had to spend it all, what would you do with that money?
It's really fucking hard to spend $1 million in a day. Unless you're dropping it on like a fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Nah, my fat ass can spend $1 million worth of food. I can tell you this right now. I can't.
Oh, I'd spend it on gas, traveling, and trying different foods. Going to a lot of amusement parks. Probably get some pretty cool music gear, and then you can like actually go online and pay your favorite artist to come work on a song with you. Okay. So I'd probably spend a lot of it going that route. I'd go to different amusement parks, get different foods, get gear, and then I'd use the rest of it and be like, all right, I'm going to go work with this artist. Now I want to go work with this artist and just keep doing that until I run out of money.
Okay. All right.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Amusement parks, adrenaline junkie.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh man, I love fucking roller coasters. I can go all day about that shit.
Oh my god, I swear to God, same.
See, I'd buy myself a house, pay off all my fucking credit cards, pay off any fucking debts, buy a backup fucking car. I'd have like 2 or 3 fucking cars.
That sounds smart. That's fun.
Build a massive fucking sound studio, and I would probably still have money left because I'm very good at shopping. And I'm very good at finding exactly what I want for cheap.
Yep. All right. What about the rest of you?
I'm buying a Trackhawk. I'm buying Envision, a new bus.
Okay.
Make sure it's got a working toilet and shower.
Yeah.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the most important thing on a fucking bus.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, it is.
That in a kitchen.
I'm gonna get us a driver and just go ahead and pay him like a year's salary.
Oh yeah, that's important too.
Yeah.
That's important.
All right.
I mean, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I would be more on the side of like obviously putting in a lot of money into Envision and getting me some like Shure microphones and all that kind of stuff. Get all the fancy shit. Pay off my house, buy another house.
Investment property. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, probably buy a couple of investment properties to flip around or do some stuff like that to make sure. But the other thing too is you said we had to spend it all in one day, not that we had to do everything in one day. So I'd probably book my vacations for the next 5 years and pay for them up front.
Go.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That's good.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I would have thought of that.
I like it.
And then I would, at the end of the day, I would cry because if I didn't have to spend it all in one day, I could like retire off of $1 million because that's what most of us make in a lifetime.
Or not even.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I could literally like live the same way I'm living now and never have to work again a day in my life with $1 million.
I get that.
Yeah, I could retire on $1 million and never have to work another day.
Nope.
And I'd be totally fine because I would live exactly how I fucking live now. It just, I would travel because I love to fucking travel.
I'd make
Well,
I'd make a slight upgrade. That's it. That would be the only thing.
I definitely want to be doing electrical work.
Yeah, true that.
Trust me, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now either.
All right, so if you guys, each one of you, you could spend an entire day with one of your heroes, musical heroes, who would it be and why?
Joey Jordison, Slipknot. Just because he is the entire reason I got into metal drumming. So just to like be able to sit down with him and like talk about drum stuff would just be the coolest.
Spencer Charnas or Chris Motionless, because I just love their humor. I can talk about horror movies with Spencer all day long and figure out where the hell he comes up with all these ideas. And then me and Chris can just be goofballs, just be stupid and go goof off somewhere or something, and just talk about The Office or go on about dad jokes all day.
Oh, so you're one of the ones that like to run around and yell parkour all the time too.
I mean, I definitely like running around and yelling things, but I don't know about parkour.
Look at the tattoo.
Randy, I was right in the middle of watching The Office too before I got on here.
All right.
Damn. It's ironic how things work out. All right, Alex.
I don't know, man. I would say Spencer Chamberlain or Aaron Gillespie, but I've like from Under Oath, but I've met both of them, and they're some of the most awkward people. So I feel like I would get the most out of my day like with that. I think I'd want to like pick somebody. You know, I'll tell you who. What's the lead singer? Jacoby Shaddix.
Okay, Jacoby. Yeah.
Because he is like the most laid back, down to earth person from what I've heard and from what I've seen. And also like he's got so much like wisdom, and he always like loves helping up and coming artists. So me being a vocalist, like I would learn something that day.
I tell you, I got to meet Lemmy before he died. Well before he died.
Oh, this is
one of my bands. We won a battle of the bands and got to play one day. We got to open a little side stage for Mayhem Festival. And it was up in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut. And I actually found my girlfriend cheating on me in a fucking urinal. And I'm super bummed out. I'm disgusted and I'm bummed out. And I'm in the back, and they had this little area for the artists that you could like go up and drink, and they had TVs, and it was during football season, so you could sit there and watch all the football games and shit. And they had their own bar, and it was like basically it was free alcohol. You could fucking drink as much as you wanted. So of course I'm bummed the fuck out. And this person comes up and puts his hand on my shoulder. He's like, "Man, you look sad as fuck." I said, "Yeah," and I started talking about it. I didn't even look, and he was like, "Let's drink some Jack." And he's like, and he slid a fucking pack of Marlboro Reds over. He's like, "Have a smoke, it'll make you feel better." And he's like, "Let's talk about this fucking dumb cunt." And I was like, "Whoa!" And I look over, and it's fucking Lemmy. And I about fucking lost my shit because I wasn't even paying attention to the voice or nothing. And he sat there and talked to me for like fucking 45 fucking minutes.
Hell yeah.
And just sat there and like he was one of the fucking coolest people. And I'm so glad because I've heard stories of people meeting their heroes and being completely like heartbroken that they're assholes or conceited or whatever. But he actually was one of the fucking coolest motherfuckers I ever met. And during that same day, I met another guy that I looked up to, and he was one of the coolest people I ever met was fucking Phil Bozeman from Whitechapel. One of the fucking coolest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. All right, Mosh.
I was about to say, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go a little bit more nerd. Each of y'all were given superpowers. What are those powers, and are you a hero or a villain?
Ooh.
I was gonna say I'd be a villain.
I
I
would
have not
either
asked
fly.
this question in a while.
Oh man, I'd either fly and I'd be a villain because I just pull pranks on a lot of people and then just fly away, or I'd be able to breathe underwater and I would be neither a hero or villain just because I just go and explore and just look around, see what the hell's going on underwater.
Okay.
All right, I like that answer.
All right.
So what about y'all two? I mean, y'all got to answer too.
You ever seen that movie Jumper?
Yes.
Dude, if I could do that, I'm a villain because I'm gonna be getting empty banks out.
Wouldn't have to worry about that $1 million.
He's already got plans for that shit.
I mean, I've wanted like when I first saw that movie, I wanted that to be real for the longest time. I'm sitting here like, please, but no, we still live in the real world.
that fixes all the problems. You can travel, you can get money.
You can get your $1 million to retire off of.
Yeah, and more.
All right, Alex, what are yours?
I'd probably say invisibility.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I've what's up?
I say you creeper.
No. Well, if you were like a hero or something like that, and you're invisible, you could like walk up behind somebody and like not get shot at, and very easily like put them in handcuffs or something like that, and they wouldn't even know what happened.
We were just speaking of horror. I mean, you can just come around and say some snap their neck and go on around to the other
That's
one.
what I was
Or that
thinking,
too,
dude.
yeah. If you wanted to be a villain, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I
Mess
wouldn't
people up.
have any I wouldn't have any crazy superpower. I would want to be immortal. I would want immortality.
I don't want a crazy superpower. I want to be able to not die.
Exactly.
I mean, the old person would choose that though.
Hey, Shelby.
What's going on?
Shelby's awesome. We love Shelby.
We love Shelby too. Hey, Shelby.
I would definitely go immortality. Now, if I could choose like vampire as a set of powers, I would fucking do that, and then I'd get it all plus all the shit that they got.
Well, see, me and you are natural enemies then, because I would have choose werewolf.
Yeah, motherfucker, you gonna die.
Shit. Don't get me started. Don't get
kind of
me started. We will have this conversation and debate right now.
Okay, so now what kind of werewolf are we talking about? Are we talking like which one?
I would go more with the underworld werewolf, the Lycans.
Yes.
I would kill to be one of those motherfuckers.
Look, the werewolf answer is cool. I'm just concerned with him being a vampire. I feel like he'd get HIV or something from sucking on the wrong person's blood. I'm just saying, that's scary.
Yeah, but even if you did, you couldn't die.
But you get a nasty ass disease, brother. What you talking about?
Pretty sure it would be
Well, I mean, you can't die. So what's it gonna do to you? You can't fucking die.
No, but you sitting there going, "Oh man, I'm hungry. I need some blood." Next thing you know, you got genital warts the next day. You got blood from the wrong person. You're not going to die.
That would be shitty. That would be shitty. That would suck.
Let's just go to a blood bank and just be like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get that clean blood. Like, what's good?" Donation.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Blood bank and get expired blood.
Hey man, expired blood's better than diseased blood.
Right. Be like, I'm an ethical vampire. Do you have any expired blood?
I refuse to kill people. Would you guys mind donating to the need, please?
Hey,
you can say no.
Have you seen there's people out there that actually think that they're vampires and do that shit and like get people to give them their blood?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've heard that shit. All right, CB, you up?
All right, so what's some of the craziest off-the-wall shit you guys have seen at one of your shows?
Ooh.
Oh, I love these stories.
Yeah, facts. Because we heard some nasty ones before too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we saw
haven't-
a guy in a Santa hat get bitch slapped.
That's what I was gonna say.
Dude, I haven't seen anything crazy yet.
What?
I've done some weird things on stage, like in my old band, but I haven't seen anything.
Okay. All
I
right.
kind of want to learn I kind of want to know the bitch slap story.
Yeah, what the hell? What's the story on this one?
What's Santa do, man? And more importantly, why that person decide to be on his naughty list?
Well, Santa was like a 250-pound grown man who pushed like a 4-foot girl in the pit
Oh,
to the ground.
yeah.
And
That's
then I won't name any names, but a 7-foot tall bass player that we know walked into the pit and slapped his face off.
Damn.
okay.
Yeah. The dude
We love
before getting
stories.
into the pit, Santa was like bass player overheard Santa say something like, "This is the type of show that you could push some girls around and get away with it," or some shit like that. And then went in there and proceeded to do it. And he was like, "Oh, if you're gonna do that," but we didn't hear any of that. We're playing on stage, and all of a sudden, a fight, like legitimate fight, breaks out in the middle of the pit, and we're just like,
Shit.
What do we do?
Yeah,
Keep
I don't know
playing.
what to do.
we're on stage just
It's gonna be like Roadhouse, and we just keep playing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It was very awkward because I'm a front man, and these guys can tell you like there's not very much that stumps me. Like I'm pretty good at keeping going and keeping the show going and everything. But that one, I'm just like over in a corner. I'm just like,
But you never missed a word. You just kept going. You were
yeah. During the song, yeah. And
Deer in
once
the
the song
headlights,
was
we were
over, I
still
was like,
thinking.
I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, I would be a little confused on that one myself. So, as far as all of your touring and everything else is concerned, what is the one most important thing that you've learned on tour that you could pass on to somebody who is just starting out? Like they're getting ready to go on tour. What is that one piece of advice that you learned from that you could pass on to somebody else who's about to be, a regional or national act?
If you don't
I
have a
can tell
shower
you
and
one
can't
right
get
now.
access to a shower, bring baby wipes.
That's actually a really fucking good advice. It really is.
I can tell you one. Don't eat the gas station sushi.
Oh, here we go.
Dude, I will not eat at Love's like ever again. We sleep at Love's, but I'll always eat. If I eat there for breakfast or something like that, I'll eat at a restaurant because it was our first national run, and I had Love's breakfast, and it was just like one of the little. It looked good. It looked tasty. It was like egg scramble with like potatoes and onions and like all the good stuff. Man, when I tell you that I found out on accident that if you need to warm up in a pinch, you just take some Pepto-Bismol, and it'll like warm up your throat really good because I threw my guts up right before going on stage, took some Pepto-Bismol, went up there and had one of the best vocal performances of the entire tour.
Damn.
Oh, I was down bad. I think after I got off the stage, I made it through the performance barely. Got off stage, went to the bus, and slept for like 16 hours until the next show.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
Ooh. I wish I could sleep for 16 hours.
Just get some food poisoning, man. It'll put you out.
I get obviously, yeah. You want me to tell a goddamn gas station sushi story for the?
I mean, it's better if you tell the story now so that others know not to eat that obviously stupid choice.
Look, I didn't know it was gas station sushi. I was on tour with one of my bands, and I was in my like lower 20s, and we had a tire blowout on the trailer. Now, I'm the only motherfucker in the entire band that knew how to change a tire. So I was like, I'll change the tire. Y'all go get food. And we stop in one of those areas where there's shit tons of restaurants. There's a gas station. There's shit tons of restaurants. There was a sushi place. It was like right there. Like actual legit sushi. So they come back and we get in the car. We go to the hotel. We're eating fucking sushi. And they're like, yeah, we got sushi. I'm like, great. I didn't think nothing of it. It even came in boxes. It looked like it came from a sushi place. No, it was gas station sushi. We ate that shit. It wasn't 20 minutes. We had a guy shitting on the toilet, shitting in the sink, shitting in the shower, and 2 guys out on the balcony shitting in flower pots. It was bad. And this is before a show. We still had to play that night.
Oh my god.
I was bad. It was so bad. Once we actually were able to retain ourselves from not shitting and we could actually get to a goddamn gas station to go get Pepto-Bismol and fucking down the hell out of that, I'm pretty sure we spent like fucking $50 on fucking Pepto. We were all right, but it was miserable. Never again. Ever. Do not ever eat anything from a fucking gas station, especially the night that you got to play.
Hey. I resent that remark. All right. My food is good.
I don't give a flying fuck. I am not eating a goddamn gas station food before I got to play. Ain't happening.
It's always a risk.
All right, CB, you up, brother?
All right. So if you guys could go back and tell your younger selves one thing that would help you in the future, what would that be?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta think real clear. I need to think real clearly about this one.
So
that remind me of the meme.
So for me, it would be to invest in Bitcoin. When I was younger,
Oh my god,
Bitcoin was so cheap, and nobody thought anything of it, and I knew about it. And when it was like maybe like 10 cents, 25 cents per Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden, 20 years later, it's $65,000 a Bitcoin.
Yeah, you know, there's this guy who was in the NFL, and I don't even think he was like a main starter, but he told them to pay him in nothing but Bitcoin.
Damn.
And he only played in the NFL for like 5-6 years and wasn't even a major starter, but I do remember he played for the Panthers. And within 6 years, he had enough money. He retired and was fucking done, and everything paid off and set the fuck up. His family's family is set the fuck up, not off the NFL, but strictly off of the fact that he was asked to be paid in Bitcoin.
Nice.
Yep.
I'd tell myself think before you act impulsively.
Okay.
For damn sure.
Yeah.
I tell myself to lighten up. I went to like an internship straight out of school or straight out of high school instead of going to college, and I should have gone to college instead. That was like a year of my life wasted that I'll never get back.
Did you get paid for it, or was it unpaid?
It was a paid internship, as in like I paid money to be there and work.
Oh, hell no. Hell fucking no. Hell no. What did you pay to go work and do?
Like 10 grand for the year.
Oh boy.
What were you interning for?
It was some ministry out in Texas. I used to be like I know we said we don't talk about religion, politics, all that stuff, but I'm still a believer to this day. But way back then, Randy knew me back then. I used to be like a hardcore Christian in church every time the doors were open. Mission trips, all kind of whatever it was, I was doing it. And it was some ministry that I went and interned with out in Garden Valley, Texas. And surprise, surprise, it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah,
Ouch.
They took money and ran.
They actually got, so they partnered with Compassion International, which is a really cool place where you can actually like adopt a child, an international child, and you like, it's like $10 a month, and it goes to taking care of this child and giving it everything it needs. It's a really cool thing they do, but I guess there was something that they weren't doing in the contract, and I think they got sued by Compassion, and that kind of like started an investigation, and it just all went downhill.
Ooh.
From what I've been told, I didn't hear the whole thing. I don't know anything as fact. I don't want to get sued for saying something on a podcast, but
we don't know what happened.
Yep.
We didn't hear anything.
Wait,
right,
what?
yeah,
Huh?
yeah. What?
What? Huh?
Randy?
Exactly.
What you got?
I don't have a specific thing, but it would definitely be something to make me more money.
Yep.
Maybe the Bitcoin thing. I don't know. I don't regret too much,
Okay.
That's
Hey,
good.
but I wish I
I
had more
would
money.
definitely take the Bitcoin thing. Definitely.
Yeah, that was solid. Man, I had like $200 invested in Bitcoin back when it was at like 6,000
Mhm.
per Bitcoin, and then it stayed there for the longest time, and I had like a really rough 2 weeks, and I pulled it out.
I've
And,
done
like,
that.
Yeah,
It happens.
Yep.
We've all been there.
I've done
I wouldn't
that.
be a millionaire, but definitely at 65,000, it would have been a chunk of
Here's
change.
the shitty thing. I had money invested. You remember when that whole thing with GameStop happened and GameStop fucking exploded?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
made money off of that.
So I had money in GameStop and I pulled it the day before that happened.
No,
I was so fucking mad. And I had like $500 wrapped up in that shit, and I was pissed.
I made money
No.
off of AMC too when they did it to AMC.
Really?
Yeah, you know
Oh.
that was fueled by bored people on Reddit.
Really?
Yeah,
That's well, I mean, that's what I heard, but I didn't know if that was like legitimately the truth.
yeah.
So,
I was
there
in the
another
Reddit.
one. There was another one that I invested in. I don't know if you guys remember Dogecoin.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I made like
Yeah.
$1,600 off of Doge.
Yeah. I put $20 into it and I made about 200.
I've never even fucking heard of that at
It was
all.
supposed to be a joke. It was a running joke, and
It's
everybody
still a
started
coin.
hyping it up. Yeah, and so everybody was hyping it up, and then it just out of nowhere just started going from like less than 2 pennies to 30 cents, and yeah, it just took off, and then the next day it dropped.
It peaked at 76 cents.
76 cents. Yeah. So I made a.
But
I
when you're
made-
talking about if you have $200 invested in a coin that's worth less than a penny, and then it goes up to 76 cents, imagine the multiplication factors on that.
Oh yeah.
Like people were like there's people that made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Dogecoin.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, last question before we get into y'all's social media stuff and get into your video. I'm not going to ask that question.
Oh,
What
boy.
is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on stage? And if nothing has happened to you, what's the most fucked up thing you've ever seen happen on stage while on tour?
I broke a rib on stage.
What was that?
I broke a rib on stage.
How the hell did you break a rib on stage?
So I used to have an ego riser, which I don't use anymore, and it was the same exact height as the stage monitors. And so I was like walking on the riser, and I put my foot down and felt that I still had a solid footing, but it was on the stage monitor, and I put all of my weight down on that foot and slipped and fell and landed directly on my rib on the stage wedge.
Wow. That sucks.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Never
Oh,
canceled
yeah.
a show though.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I've never been embarrassed on stage, but I used to wear a banana hammock on stage in my old band, and then this band is still doing stuff like this. But there was one time where my drummer he used to make these giant props, and he made this big old monster with a giant paper mache dick that had a hose going into it, attached to a compressor, and a lot of fake blood was in there. And so while I'm in said man bikini, it's just a mask, the banana hammock, and my shoes, and I'm sitting there grabbing this big giant monster dick and just swinging it everywhere while blood's being squirted all over. So never embarrassing, but a lot of really stupid, funny things went down in this band.
I mean,
that's cool.
Right.
All right, Randy. I hope you can up the ante on this one. He's got a big swinging dick. So
mine is my first show ever with the band that is still currently going. Yeah,
I was there.
yeah. So the band was like super hyped up because we were pretty popular on the internet, and we had never played a live show, and then we played a live show, and it was just god awful. Like, we played one song, just one song.
Damn.
And like, we had backtracks and stuff, but they didn't know how to work them. So like the click track and the drum tracks and everything was coming through, and we were so off time. Our singer showed up like as his part came in, and like it was super like hyped up. So like all of our friends and family and shit, it came out to finally see us, and we just made complete asses of ourselves. And they didn't play another show for like 10 years.
oh shit!
And they're still going to this day.
God damn! All right, well,
Lessons were learned.
you know what? Hey, fucking all about it. So, as far as anybody watching, what is the social media sites that you like to use the most? If you have merch, where can they get that, and where can they get your music at?
So our name is actually pronounced Envision.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but for the purposes of finding us, NVSN Band everywhere. NVSN Band on Facebook, NVSN Band on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Our website is nvsnband.com. We have merchandise on our website. It needs to be updated, but we do have merch on there. And we're on Facebook more than anything else, but we also post on Instagram a lot too. So the best place to connect with us would probably be Facebook.
Perfect. On that, for all y'all that are sitting here watching, there's quite a few of you watching. Don't go anywhere because we are actually going to play a video from them called Black Holes. On that, we are out of here. We will actually be back early tomorrow because we have a band from Germany coming on, so we'll be on at 2:00 in the afternoon instead of 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
So make sure to join us for the band Shubi Doom from Germany. On that, here's Black Holes, and we will see you tomorrow afternoon. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a blast.
Be safe, y'all.